At what point is Bill Maher just a Republican giving Republican takes on his show Real Time and even his podcast Club Random? Now, this is Bill Maher's reasoning or kind of justification for this, saying that, oh, the left wing has gone so far left and I haven't changed.
Not me who's changed. It's the left, who is now made up of a small contingent who've gone mental and a large contingent who refuse to call them out for it. But I will. That's why I'm a hero at Fox these days.
So like, Bill Maher's even aware of it, saying, like, I'm a hero on Fox News now. But maybe the case is just that guys like Bill Maher, who have, like, quote, he'll call them, like, traditional liberal values or whatever he will say, just align now more with the Republican Party. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep selling this, I'm a liberal, I'm a Democrat, but everything they do is stupid. So let's look at some of Bill Maher's recent clips, recent segments on his show.
These college kids are doing that we're excusing because they don't know what they're talking about in the country.
Because it's coming from the left. Everything is team sports now. Are you kidding? If the people in Charlottesville who were chanting Jews won't replace us, I mean, that's bad. It's not as bad as death, too. I think death, that's not deplorable.
So first video here, and we'll keep moving because there's a lot of these videos of Bill Maher saying things that Republicans generally agree with. This one is not even close. 64% of Republicans view these college protests as anti-Semitic, and only 22% of Democrats. That's a massive divide, and Bill Maher on this issue clearly falls on the side of the Republicans. Here's a clip from a Bill Maher segment he just recently did on the importance of fathers in the home.
Trad dads don't negotiate. They say, you will apologize to your mother. Don't make me turn this car around. Some things just happen because life is unfair. Clean your room. Be quiet. The adults are talking, and it's not all about you.
So this data here does not line up exactly with what Bill Maher was saying, but this is saying here, this data. A man and a woman raising their children without being married. 50% only of conservatives agree with that statement. 92% of liberals agree with that statement, that it's okay if they're not married, like a man and children raising their child together, man and woman rather. And this other part here, a single parent raising children on their own, only 68% of conservatives agree with that. And again, 92% of liberals agree with that statement. And the majority of single parents are women. So I think if you're being honest really with that data, that lines up to conservatives generally having a more strong feeling of the importance of a father in the home. And here's Bill Maher defending Harrison Butker, where Harrison Butker made that speech that was very controversial at that Catholic college that so many people on the left were upset about. Not that Bill Maher agrees with everything Harrison Butker said, but he's just defending his general idea or the general right he has to say that to a bunch of Catholics at a Catholic college.
See what the big crime is. I really don't. And I think this is part of the problem people have with the left, is that lots of people in this country are like this. Like he's saying, some of you may go on to lead successful careers, but a lot of you are excited about this other way that everybody used to be. And now can't that just be a choice too? And I feel like they feel very put upon, like there's only one way to be a good person, and that's to get an advanced degree from one of those asshole factories like Harvard.
The Harrison Butker story, of course, if you were following, was something that many on the right, just first of all, many on the right just agreed with what he said in terms of the Catholic framework for his life, but many on the right also who didn't even necessarily agree with what Harrison Butker was saying, at least were all defending his right to say it. Some people on the left did too, but lots of people on the left, a lot, were outraged by this. Tons of shows like outraged about that he would just have the audacity to say this, basically say that he and his wife lived like according to the Bible, according to Catholicism. And there were some people even trying to get Harrison Butker fired from his job with the Kansas City Chiefs as a kicker. And I think for Bill Maher, and I'm going to make this point more just after a few more of these examples, but maybe at some point you got to realize, I don't know if I should keep politically supporting this one side that apparently I have so many issues with, because like if Bill Maher is just constantly disagreeing with the side that he claims to support, does that even make any sense anymore? Here are two clips of Bill Maher stating that people being concerned about too much illegal immigration is not, in fact, racist.
Sweden opened its borders to over 1.5 million immigrants since 2010, and now 20% of its citizens are foreign-born, and its education system is tanking, and it has Europe's highest rate of gangland killings. And one result is that the far-right parties are in the government now there for the first time. To which liberals say blaming immigrants for the rising crime rate is racist. Yeah, but is it true? Of course it's true. Voters keep saying over and over again, we are not comfortable with this level of immigration. I understand why. It doesn't make you a racist to say that.
So look, on that one, I'm not even going to pull up a study. If you don't believe me, Google it, I guess. Clearly, the Republican Party in the United States is way more skeptical and way more critical of too much illegal immigration than the Democratic Party is, at least certainly in recent history and right now. So, or how about Bill Maher's general feeling, which he's made public for decades now, his criticisms of Islam?
Liberal principles like freedom of speech, freedom to practice any religion you want without fear of violence, freedom to leave a religion, equality for women, equality for minorities, including homosexuals. These are liberal principles that liberals applaud for, but then when you say in the Muslim world this is what's lacking, then they get upset.
So some of these issues, it's hard to kind of classify. This is definitely Democrat and this is definitely Republican, but that is definitely an American culture, an American thing to do, to politicize kind of all these issues. But the reason I bring up this issue of Islam is that, and Bill Maher even mentioned this on Jerry Seinfeld's show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, for years, he was critical of Islam, and that was seen as something that was just very negative to do on the Democratic side, because I think he used the phrase like, you're so tolerant that you're tolerating intolerance. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. And this whole Islam in the news media, it doesn't come up that much anymore, but I bring this point up just to say that Bill Maher for decades, another point where he was like against his own political side. How about another recent one, another recent culture war issue that's been happening lately, the Caitlyn Clark story. Again, these just keep piling up. What side do you think Bill Maher's on? It's not the Democratic side, it's not the liberal side.
Black people are very marketable.
Well, ask yourself
and
this.
She seems to have been indoctrinated into this. They don't see it as marketable, so it doesn't matter how hard I work.
Well,
I don't think that's accurate.
Attribute that to?
You're saying that's racism.
No, I'm not saying it's racist. I'm just saying that I think Asia Wilson has a point, and I think sometimes when black women say certain things, we should listen, and especially her, because I'm not in her shoes.
I don't know, but why was Serena Williams such a big star? Because people like that. They didn't not watch her because she was black, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we with this?
I don't know.
Final clip I'll show here is going to be on the economy, which is generally the number one issue in every election. This clip is not necessarily about the economy as a whole, but it's about the high taxes in California.
But I feel like I'm living in Italy in the 70s or something. Super high taxes, potholes in the road, I don't know what I'm getting for my super high taxes.
So that one, obviously, low taxes are to appropriately be associated with the Republican Party, and higher taxes associated with the Democratic Party. That's generally the way that it's gone in the past, and generally probably the way it'll go, at least in the near future. But I bring all this up to say, can Bill Maher keep this act up? Keep kind of this, it's been going on for a long time. The truth is, to find these clips was so easy. I just search into YouTube or Google, usually just YouTube, Bill Maher. That's all I had to search. Just scroll down, look at the videos. They're not someone arguing in favor of liberalism or for the Democratic Party. It's somebody arguing against that. And look, I have no problem with someone just being conservative. Just be a Republican and then have people on your show and then say, like, even just be an independent or whatever. We'll see what Bill Maher does in this next election cycle. Like, does he have the credibility right now to actually come out and say, hey, I endorse Joe Biden and I think we should all vote for Joe Biden? I personally think absolutely not. He, to me, is an independent at best. And I think for someone like Bill Maher, if you're someone like this, that clip I showed at the beginning, I'm going to play it again here.
It's not me who's changed. It's the left.
Sure, but maybe it's just time to switch your vote. Maybe it's time to vote Republican, Bill Maher. Because in America, you have two choices if you actually want your vote to count. Democrat or Republican. And you say the left changed, then maybe it's just time to adapt to the situation in 2024, Bill Maher, and vote Republican. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here if he's going to tell his audience, hey, I'm going to support and endorse Biden, because that would be laughable at this point. All the people online who have the take, I still see it actually all the time. Even Bill Maher agrees. Bill Maher agrees. Wow. we must be really right on this point as conservatives, as Republicans, if even Bill Maher is agreeing with us. So final point here is that I actually like Bill Maher as a content creator and a comedian. This isn't meant to be like this Bill Maher bashing thing. It's more meant to say, in my opinion, the content that he puts out onto the internet, it looks like Bill Maher has fallen into the Elon Musk and Joe Rogan camp. They've talked about this of, it seems to me like Bill Maher actually aligns more with conservatives and Republicans right now. And again, he would know best of what he thinks, but just basing this, in my opinion, on the content he puts out on his show. And I'm not saying, certainly not 100%, because I know he's like had a lot of content in the past kind of mocking religion, and there just will be other things too where he's not going to align with the conservatives and the Republicans. But as I said, it's not it just, you got to pick one. It's binary, Republican or Democrat. And if you're 60%, 40%, I think it's logical you pick the side where you're 60% on. Well, yeah, with that said, I really think Bill Maher, in my opinion, is the best political / comedy person of my lifetime. I think he's better than Jon Stewart. I think he's better than John Oliver, who I don't like. But I think he's better than Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, I guess like Jimmy Kimmel, all those guys. I think Bill Maher, from the quality of content he puts out all the time, he's managed to stay relevant for like my entire adult life. He's been relevant for a long time. I think he's the best at that. He's funny / he has a lot of interesting political takes, lots of interesting political discussions. But I do think, again, this is my opinion, that I don't think you can consider him this left-wing guy anymore. So even the Democratic Party guy. So with that said, thank you for watching this video. Leave a comment down below whether you agree or disagree, and have a good day.